Press Pax.
Welcome to our PAX discussion. We're a little late for it.
It's also our channel anniversary today. That's
Yeah.
definitely why we're doing it now and not because we were busy.
Yeah. September definitely wasn't a really busy month. Definitely not. So yeah, we're talking about it now.
Yeah, we went to PAX. It was a lot of fun. It was the first time going for both of us.
Yeah, I've been wanting to go since I was like 12 or 13, so it was great to finally make that dream come true.
I've been wanting to go since Caden was like, hey, we should go to PAX this year, and it was great to make that dream come true.
I don't even think it was me who talked about it. I think it was Noah who brought it up. And I was like, that'd be cool. And then you were like, all right, we're doing it. And so we did it. And it sucked. I hated it. I hated every second. I was miserable. I'd never want to go again. 0 out of 10. Would never go again. All right,
I liked playing Zelda.
Yep, that's it. That's all you get from us. Okay, I guess we'll actually talk about it now because we have a lot to talk about. A lot.
It was an eventful trip. We wasted a lot of the first day not knowing what we were doing.
Yeah, but before we talk about that, I'm gonna insert the clip of the hotel room. We go. Now we're recording. Go ahead, do it again.
No, I don't think I will.
All right. Well, anyway, that's all. Okay. So, welcome to I don't know what is this like
This place was worth the $1,500 it cost.
Yeah, I'll probably have to bleep that out, but I don't know. Do people talk about how much stuff costs?
I don't know.
Whatever. It doesn't matter. Yeah, I was. We weren't expecting a place like this. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know if I'm a good enough cameraman for this, but I can kind of swivel around like our doors right here. It's a door. I mean, it's pretty normal.
Like walking in here, it made me think of like the whole like hotel conference room from The Incredibles.
Yeah.
That level of like fancy.
Yeah, we were literally just like walking around here for a few minutes, just like.
Because we're idiots and we can't find our room.
Yeah, I just meant the room. You didn't have to admit that we're idiots, but I mean, I guess everyone already knows that. We've got this super comfy chair you can sit in, like this. Hopefully, I'm pointing the camera correctly.
I can see it. You are.
Okay. Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty. I could honestly sleep in this chair. Like I really could. Ugh. That's all well and good. Look at this. Look at this table. It's made of glass. I bet if I sat on it, I could probably break it.
Don't test that.
It would be funny though.
It wouldn't.
The views, Nathan. The views. Okay, let's see what else. We have the bathroom. Actually, no. Before the bathroom, we have something more important. There's this mirror right here. See my ugly ass face again. We just have like this tiny little closet. Wait, there's a bathrobe in here? There's 2 bathrobes in here actually. I didn't even notice those the first time. That's cool. I don't think any of them will fit me though. Then this is the bathroom, the other most important part. This bathtub is like, I don't know if you can tell from the way I'm holding the camera. Like this thing is like actually like really deep. It's crazy. All right, let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's go out to the balcony.
It's a small balcony, but you know.
It is really small, actually.
Like most hotels, lots of hotels have balconies, but I've never really been to one that like even has one this small.
Did you lock it?
Yeah.
Okay. So just. Oh, it just pulls out like that. It's very windy outside. That's okay. Yeah, it's like actually. Oh, let me zoom back in a little bit. There we go. So you can actually see what this looks like. Yeah, it's like the smallest balcony possible.
But there's a pretty sweet view of the skyline.
Yeah, it's pretty sick actually. You get some nice roof action. Yeah, if you just like kind of look out a little bit, see like sky, you can see all the buildings and stuff. It's pretty neat. Pretty cool. Pretty good start to our PAX adventures. And I guess we'll probably just take some more footage tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know if Nathan will, but I'll be sure to take some footage.
I can take some.
Okay, good.
Like especially game demos, we're probably gonna like.
Oh yeah.
If he's playing, I can record it, and vice versa.
Yeah. So yeah, that'll be fun. I've never done one of these PAX things before, so I'm very looking forward to it.
Remember, there's an Among Us demo. People have been waiting to see any footage of that game.
Yeah, that one's the most important. So yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow for some crazy Among Us gameplay. Because the hotel room was really fancy and cool, and I think that's
expensive.
And expensive.
But it was worth it.
Yeah,
probably.
So yeah, put in the clip. All right. So now that the clip's been put in, yeah. So we got there the day before PAX started.
Because we're not dumb.
Yeah. And so then Friday, did it start Friday? Yeah, it started
Friday. It was like all through Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, that's right. So Friday, we spent probably 3 hours walking around, not having any idea where we were going.
Yeah. So what happened was like we go in. We like knew the convention was split between two buildings, the Arch Building and the Summit Building. So we go into the Arch Building, and what I wanted to do immediately was go to the Limited Run Games booth, because I was hoping they would have Shantae games there. And I looked at the map, and it was like I couldn't like I'd memorized what the booth number was for Limited Run Games, and I didn't see it on the map. So I asked like the information desk, like, is anything not on this map in the other building? And they're like, yep. So we go to the Summit Building.
Which is, by the way, it's like 2 blocks away from.
Yeah. We go to the Summit Building, which is like a 5-story building, and we search it top to bottom, looking for like another expo hall of all these games. But we discovered the Summit Building is only for like card game stuff that we don't care about, and the panels.
And the arcade free play.
Yeah. So we wasted a couple hours doing that.
Oh, and voice and signings, but we'll get to that later.
And so we went back to the Arch Building and discovered that there's like a sky bridge to the other half of the expo hall.
Yep. But we once we got there, we immediately gunned it for the Limited Run Games booth, and I got that was the only thing I really wanted to get out of everything that I bought. I just wanted to get Persona 3 and 4 Golden, which I did.
And they did not have the Shantae game I was looking for.
Yep. So what do we do after that? I think after that we decided to finally try out our first demo.
So should we get into day one's games?
Yeah, sure. May as well.
Alright, so the first game we played at PAX was actually one of my favorites of the whole convention.
Same, that game rocks.
It was Papucom. which is like a weird cross between Splatoon single player and like Puyo Puyo.
And Portal 2 co-op.
Yeah.
I'll throw up...
Like, I compare it to Splatoon single player, but this is like a local co-op game.
Yeah. It actually... I love the puzzles with it, because, I don't know, they felt really creative, and I really love the way the enemies were with the...
Yeah, the enemies were essentially a puzzle.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And you could unintentionally screw your friends over, like we did to each other multiple times.
No, I didn't do it at all, ever. And it was all your fault.
Yeah, because it was like... it's like, what's that game, like Zumba or whatever, where you have to, like... Think of it like the game where, like, the colors are coming and you have to match 3. Anyway, I'll throw it up on screen so you know what I'm talking about.
Some of the, like, we were recording each other or just taking pictures extensively, so we do have a lot of footage.
Yeah.
Not for every game that we played, but like most of them.
Yeah. Any other game I can just pull footage from.
Or find a trailer somewhere, you know.
So yeah, that was a pretty good first demo to play, I would say. Pretty fitting. It only had like 2 levels, but they were really fun. It was like a boss fight and like a normal.
They were pretty long levels too.
Yeah.
So like there was some good meat to this demo.
Yeah, I can't wait to check that out. All right, what
It's a shame that like all of my favorites don't have the demos available on Steam for the convention.
Oh yeah, and then the next game I played.
Yeah, Caden played Yars Rising, which is actually out by now.
Yeah.
And it's been out for like a month.
Yeah, there's another game here that is already out, but we'll get to that. Yars Rising, I really liked the gameplay of it. I really hated the dialogue, and I did not like hearing anyone talk. I got really tired of it really quickly.
I mean, I didn't play the demo at PAX, but I actually have played the game by this point. So I also think the gameplay is pretty fun.
Yeah.
Like you're like a hacker in this game, and like when you have to hack a computer, it's like a Atari style mini game, which is pretty cool.
They're like all actual Atari games too.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
That's even cooler.
I don't know if it's just from Yar's Revenge in the hacking mini games. I can't remember. I think there was an Asteroid one that I played too. But yeah, that like the gameplay was super cool, and I would play the game, but I hate the dialogue so much.
I think you overreacted on the dialogue. It wasn't that bad.
I could not stand it.
I mean, there was one character's dialogue that was like pretty bad actually, but that character doesn't even like show up very often in the full game.
I don't know. It got to a point where I was just like skipping through the text because I was like, I just want to play the game. The game's fun. I also just wanted to get a little farther in the demo. But yeah, that's Yars Rising. I guess real quick, I could talk about Dragon Ball, because I did play that. And I played like one match of it, so I can go over it real quick. It's a fun anime arena fighter.
You mean Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero?
Sparking Zero.
Oh,
it's not sparkling.
I thought it was sparkling.
It's really fun. They let you play as the Big Monkey, and as Big Monkey Vegeta, and you only, because like it's like a 3-on-3, 3v3 team-based fighting game, but you only had one opponent, so it was 3 against 1, and it was just Vegeta. I don't know if it was just a random opponent that it picked every time, but I fought Vegeta and I beat him really easily because they let me play as Big Monkey Vegeta.
There should be footage of it up right now, but like I didn't realize that like these monkey forms were like King Kong sized.
Yeah, they're huge. And like, yeah, they don't shy away from how, like, you couldn't even see Vegeta like when I was the monkey. I was just flailing my fists and his health was going down. Yeah, that's also coming out really soon. I think it comes out like a week before Sonic does. So, actually, that'll probably be about the time this video gets uploaded.
Yeah. It's a shame Sonic wasn't at PAX.
I know. You know what's crazy is that it was at PAX Australia like a few weeks later.
I am sending Sega an angry letter.
Yeah, because they also have that new Atlus's brand new game Metaphor that I really wanted to try, and they even had a car for it, or like a bus or something that had it advertised. And it's like, where is it? I want to play it. The demo's out for it now. I haven't gotten around to it yet, but anyways, what was the next game?
The next game is The Big Catch, which is it's a 3D platformer collectathon.
Yeah, we both played it. I really, really liked it.
What's crazy is that the demo is pretty big actually.
Yeah, it is.
I was in ahead of Caden in line, and so I was kicked off the demo before him, and then when I went to record what he was doing, he was in a completely different section that I had no idea where it was.
Yeah, once you get out of the tutorial hole, and the demo we found out is playable on Steam right now.
Yeah.
Once you get out of that tutorial hole, you can literally it's like a big open area that you can just go anywhere. You can even do the Breath of the Wild sand seal surfing.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff you can do in this game. You've got a fishing rod, and you can use it to swing on platforms, or that's how you do the sand seal surfing. You hook the thing and you can go riding off with it.
Yeah, it's really fluid and it's really fun to play around with. It was I guess it would be like if Mario 64 had parkour is how I would wall running and stuff. That's how I would describe it.
I don't know if the section you ended up with had these, but I ended up in a place with Sonic grind rails.
Yeah, there were a few of those, but I just kept getting carpet bombed. I didn't make it very far into that area. It was kicking my ass. But yeah, that was another one that I really enjoyed, and I would actually play the full game for whenever it comes out. What's next?
I mean, most of these are going to be positive.
Yeah, I don't think I played anything that I actively did. I didn't even dislike Yars Rising. I just hated the characters.
There was one thing.
Oh yeah, but that's not.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
Foreshadowing. The next game is one that I just played called Telebit, where you're a teleporting rabbit. It's a 2D platformer, and you've got to escape. You're a science experiment, and you've got to escape the facility. And it does some interesting stuff with the teleportation. You can there's these trampolines, and you can teleport right after you get launched off one, and you'll carry that momentum through with you after teleporting, and it's really cool.
Yeah, I don't have much to say on it, just what he said, because I just watched him play it, but yeah, it was fun.
The last game for Friday was Chain Staff, which is another 2D platformer where you've got you're this alien warrior, and you've got this extendable bone staff that you can do a lot with it. You can throw it at enemies, and it's a really strong javelin move. You can stick it to platforms to make a platform for yourself, or throw it at the ceiling and you swing off of it.
It was fun.
And there's you can.
I was just gonna say I didn't finish the demo. I played it a little bit, and the stuff with the staff was pretty cool. I don't know if it wasn't quite for me though. I don't know.
I got further than Caden did, and I got to a really cool boss fight in the mouth of a giant monster, where you actually use the chain staff to hold its mouth open so that it doesn't like just bite down and kill you.
I don't know if I recorded that, but I did see you fight the boss, and did look pretty cool.
Yeah, this was a really fun one.
Those were all the games we played on day one. We also went to a Zelda panel. Right, that was day one.
Yeah, that was like the only panel we went to. I think you might have gone to one like on your own later in the trip, but like that's the only one we both went to.
I didn't go to a panel, but I did go to something else, but we can talk about that later because that was on day 3.
Yeah, the panel was like a 2D Zelda versus 3D Zelda debate.
Yeah, it was pretty cool because I've been following Zelda Universe for a while, so it was cool to see them all in person and stuff.
I do like Zelda, but I don't feel like I'm knowledgeable enough on the series to like weigh in on the debate. So I was trying to press Caden to do it, and
I was too tired to think of anything.
He was too cowardly.
I was trying to think of stuff. I was still exhausted from walking around the entire facility, and that wouldn't be the first time I had to do it, but we'll get to that. All right, day 2. Day 2 was a really cool day. Day 2 is probably my favorite day overall. But that was like half because of PAX and half because we got to see our friend. We also got some stuff signed that we'll talk about. Let's see, what should we start with?
Are we starting with the games? Or should we like talk about what else happened that day?
We can talk about what else happened that day in order.
Aside from the signing, what was there?
There was Donkey.
Oh right. Yeah, we met Video Game Donkey.
Yeah, that and the signing were probably the biggest things that happened that day. Right? This is Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Big Mode had a booth at PAX, and on Saturday Donkey was there.
Yeah, I didn't
to meet people.
I didn't even know that he was there until Nathan came up as like people were getting in line because we were going. Because there was another game that I wanted to play that we'll get to, and we went back to that booth like 2 or 3 times, and each time we went, it was just like
there was like a tournament going. Yeah,
or we just didn't have time, and so I was like, okay, we're gonna do it. Let's go. And then Nathan was like, oh yeah, Donkey's here, and I was like, never mind, we're gonna go meet Donkey instead. So we did, and Donkey was super cool and super nice.
I got to ask him what his favorite Sonic game was, and he said it was the one before the last one that came out, which would be Sonic Frontiers. So that's his favorite Sonic game.
For a few more weeks. Yeah, we got a picture with him that I'll throw up as well. I don't remember when I played this, but since we're on the topic of Big Mode now, I played their newest game that's coming out. I can't remember what it's called, but it'll be on the screen. It's like a really cool. It's like a It's like a shoot 'em up mixed with a roguelike, and that was really fun. I honestly wanted to just keep playing it, but the demo, it kicks you off or it kicks you out after you do. Or no, I think it just has a timer. So I was just trying to get through as much as I could, but it played a lot like The Binding of Isaac, but more like a little more like a shoot 'em up, and it was like really fast and really simple. And yeah, I absolutely am gonna play that. I don't know. Big Mode has a good 2-game streak going right now.
Well, duh. Donkey said he was only gonna publish good games.
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, I don't remember if I played that on day 3 or day 2, so I just wanted to throw that in there while we were talking about it.
Yeah.
You can talk about the signing since that's more your thing.
So the 2 creators of Shantae, Matt and Aaron Bozon, were there. So I was able to get some stuff signed, and that was super cool. And I got to ask them some questions about Shantae. I asked, like, what what was like Shantae inspired by. And like Erin talked about like her love of genies, like the genie from Aladdin or I Dream of Genie, which I haven't seen, but she said like that's where Shantae's hair whip comes from. So maybe I'll watch it and then I'll understand what exactly she meant. I guess someone whips their hair in that show. And she also said she wanted like a Metroidvania protagonist who was like obviously a woman from the beginning. Because like, you know, everyone's always like, oh, I didn't know Samus was a woman at first.
Yep, I didn't know Samus was a woman until I was like 10 or something.
Yeah, I played like Smash Bros. Melee and was like, why is Samus in like the all girls event? Yeah, so that's like the inspirations for Shantae's creation. And I asked one more question. I asked like, okay, so after Shantae and the Seven Sirens, like, what is next for the franchise? Matt didn't give any super specific details, but he said like they have like a bunch of ideas for the next 2 Shantae games in the works. So that's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I also made a suggestion to him that like if you've played Seven Sirens, you know that like it introduces a bunch of other half genies to the series. And I made the suggestion like, oh, it would be cool if you could like play as them in a future game. Yeah, meeting them was super cool.
Yeah, they were super nice. I mean, I was also in line to help Nathan get some stuff signed. I also have a poster and a card that I got signed.
I pay him back for that help later.
Yeah. So yeah, they're super nice, and it was really cool to meet the creators of Shantae. Cause I also like Shantae. I just felt like this was a bigger thing for Nathan than me. So yeah, did anything else happen?
I don't think so.
PAX?
I don't think so.
Oh, Saturday was where we learned that the convention closed at 6 when we thought it closed at 10.
Yeah.
Cause
yeah, like the hours. There's like a schedule of events on their website that like goes until like 10 p.m. But that is not the hours for the expo hall.
Yeah, no, it was just for like panels and concerts and stuff. So yeah, we that second day was great. We hung out with our friend Noah after the convention, which kind of made Saturday like my favorite day. But what other than that, what do we got here? I don't remember what order we played them in, so you'll just...
Well, we're not going... It's not like the actual order.
Yeah, that's true.
I played Zenless Zone Zero because I thought that game looked fun, so I wanted to try it out. It was pretty fun. It's like some really stylish beat-em-up combat. I don't know.
I don't have anything to say about it because I don't even know if Nathan was supposed to play the demo. They didn't say anything, so he just kept playing. But it was like this mini game that was in the game. I think, I don't know. I don't really play any of those Hoyoverse games, but it was like this little like dig dug kind of, or like drill dozer.
Yeah, you were just playing some kind of puzzle game.
Yeah.
It was weird.
It was fun though, because they were like, yeah, try and beat the high score in this puzzle game. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about that. Oh, this one you can talk about because you played that one.
Yeah, I played Feltopia, which is a side-scrolling shoot-'em-up where you're like a guy on a unicorn, like using like light magic to like stop this darkness taking over the world. it was fine. It was pretty standard shoot 'em up type of thing. But what really set this game apart was the presentation. Like everything, like the whole game is like stop motion animated. Like all the models are actually like felt, or yeah, they're actually like felt wool models that they made and animated.
Yeah, they actually had them all like at the booth.
Yeah, I took a picture of it so we can put that up on screen. But like you fight this like giant corrupted bird, and they had like the uncorrupted and corrupted versions of the bird like at the booth to show off. It was super cool.
Yeah, it was a very, very cute looking game.
We also played Reynatus, which is the game that Caden really wanted to try out.
Yep. Because we went there like 3 different times, and it was closed for different reasons, or we just weren't able to. We didn't have time to.
Yeah.
And so after we I think right after we met Donkey, like we beelined it for the.
Yeah, because you were like, enough stalling. I want to play right now.
Yeah, because it's because it was inspired by a lot of Square Enix properties, and I've kind of had my eye on it a little bit, and it was fun. You didn't play a whole lot. You played like a few combat scenarios, and then you did a boss fight. The concept was really cool of having to like switch between defense and offense mode. And like leaving yourself open to like parry in defense mode, although it did kind of make the game significantly easier when you knew how to parry. Kind of like broke the game in half, because the parry, like basically it charges, because your attack mode, it's on like a timer. You have like a meter for that, and then when that runs out, you're stuck in defense mode. And I don't know if you remember, but I think if you like filled it up all the way while you were in defense mode, you also got like a bonus or like an extra powerful attack mode or something. I don't know. It made the game significantly easier once you figured that out. And the parry is like super easy to do too, because you just stand there and then a circle comes up and then you just hold the buttons and then. But yeah, it was fun. I haven't heard a ton of great things about the full game, but I can't say much on it because I haven't played the full game. I've just played the demo. So yeah, I don't know if you have anything to add.
Not really.
Okay.
For Saturday, we saved the worst for last. Probably our least favorite at the whole convention.
I think it's the only like negative experience I had playing a demo.
Infinity Nikki. There was like a lot of demos at PAX, like they reset it and they give you either like a limited amount of time to play, or like it's just like a very small amount of the game available.
Yeah. And there was another game that did the same thing that Nikki did that we'll get to later that did it way better.
Yeah, but, well, it's just because that's a different type of game.
Yeah, this was not the game to
that's
do that.
Easier to just jump straight into no matter the context. This is not. Like, they don't reset it, you just pick up where the last player left off. So, like, we had no direction. Like, we barely knew how to play or where to go or what our objective was. My experience was, like, I was in, like, a cave, and I, like, got some item or whatever, and then the game was like, oh, here's a waypoint really far away, go over there. So I tried to get over there until I came to a river, and I discovered that you can't swim in this game. You know, it's one of those where if you touch the water, like, if you go, like, 5 feet into the water, you'll, like, die. So I couldn't swim across it, and I couldn't find a bridge anywhere nearby. So at that point, I just kind of gave up and started recording what Caden was doing.
I was just kind of fucking around because I didn't have any objective. I was just like, okay, so you do this and you collect this, and they were like, honestly, I don't think I'll play that because that's not the kind of game I play. It's like a very...
I might give it another chance because like these issues aren't really the fault of the game. They're the fault of like this booth was kind of horribly set up and poorly thought out.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I don't have like an immediate understanding of how your game works.
Which is crazy because it was also like one of the biggest booths at PAX.
Yeah.
There were like 30 monitors.
3 dozen
yeah.
like monitors to play this game.
And the line was long too. Like a lot of people wanted to play this. I just had a passing curiosity about it after seeing it in a state of play, I think. Because I thought it was going to be like a cool 3D platformer, and then it was like...
yeah, it's like a very expansive...
open world
game.
And it has like every exactly everything you would expect in an open world game to have.
So it was like imagine just like you play Elden Ring for like 4 hours and then you just give the game to someone else who's never heard of it before and they're like, figure out how this works, idiot. It's like they're not gonna have a good experience with that.
So yeah, day 3 was interesting because we didn't play a ton of games on day 3 because we focused a lot more on events, and also that was the day that we decided to do the Nintendo booth, which was the very first thing we did, so I guess we could talk about our experience with that.
We played Zelda, and it only took us 3 hours to do it.
Yep. Okay, so obviously Nintendo is going to be the most popular booth there because
Sonic Generations wasn't there.
Yes, because it was Nintendo and the new Zelda game is just about to come out. At the time, the game's out now. That's the other game, by the way, that is already out that I mentioned earlier. So they had a line cap, and the line was always capped, obviously, so you had to, if you wanted to get into the Nintendo line, you had to dedicate time to get into the Nintendo line.
Yeah, we couldn't just stand around either and just like wait for a spot to open and catch it because like there's like the flow of traffic. And they're like...
And they yelled at us.
They yelled at us. So, like, we had to just, like, walk around...
We walked around in circles for literally an hour.
Just like the Zenless Zone Zero booth was right next to it, so we just walked around that for an hour, like, waiting to get in.
Also, shout out to our guy Mike, who was sharing our struggles. He got in before we did because we were together, and they had like if you were by yourself, then you were in the line, and they had like extra slots because of the way the booth was set up. He got in before we did. He even got in the line before we did because we wanted to get in the line together.
Yeah, I don't know if I told you this, but like we ended up like splitting up for a little bit during our mindless looping. And like the line opened up when I was there, and like some other people were getting in and I didn't make it, but like Mike was a bit ahead in the line and was like trying to tell the like coordinator lady like, oh, he's been wanting to get in for a while. I told him I appreciated the effort.
Yeah, Mike was a real bro. Unfortunately, we didn't see him after the Nintendo booth anywhere, but...
It's a big convention, it's PAX.
Yeah. But shout out to him. So yeah, after literally an hour, Nathan got in the line like right before I did. So when I got into the line, Nathan just, came up to me and we just shared that spot in line.
Yeah, I let a couple people cut in front of me.
and then when we got now we're in the actual line. That took like
another hour.
Yeah, that took probably about an hour.
I was keeping my eye on the clock. Like getting in the line took an hour. Getting to the front of the line took an hour.
Yeah, it was like it was big, and so yeah, we eventually got after that hour we got into the booth, and they had it. So basically, there's four of you. So there were two other guys with us that, and they took you on a tour of all the games they had set up. I think they had some missed opportunities. Instead of, I'm just gonna say this real quick. Instead of NES World Championship, or no, instead of Star Wars Hunters, I'm fine with NES because that's a Nintendo game. Instead of Star Wars Hunters, they should have had like a demo for the new Mario and Luigi.
I disagree. I think instead of NES World Championship, they should have had Star Wars Hunters again.
So, I also think that they should have done the booth in reverse of how they actually did it. Because they had you play Zelda first, so you all started at the same time. You all played it for 15 minutes. I was just focused on getting through the section because at the time of recording this, by the time this goes up, I'll probably have beaten the game already, but I haven't played it yet. They had you play like the part where you sneak past the guards, and then you can. I didn't get much farther outside of that because that takes up most of the demo time, and I got through it probably as fast as you could have. I was I'm playing as much of this as I can. I got right outside the castle, and then I didn't go very much farther than that. I got to the first warp point in the game before the time ran up. But I enjoyed what I played. It was really fun. I liked placing beds everywhere. I know Nathan's actually played the full game a little bit, but I don't know if you have anything you want to add to Zelda.
Not really. I haven't gotten that far yet.
Okay. And then the second game we played was Mario Party. I tried to ask the representative if all the mini games we were playing were brand new, because I haven't played Mario Party 10, and I haven't really played Super Mario Party, so I didn't know how many of the mini games that we played in the demo, if all of them were new or if some of them were reused, because we played 3. There apparently some demos had 6 mini games that you could play. But the ones we played were pretty fun, because it was the first one I think was that one. It was it was a team-based one where this thing rotates and it has bombs, and it the more people that push their button, it rotates that many times. If 3 people push it, it'll rotate 3 times. That one was kind of fun. Then there was the Tetris Lava one, which
I won that one.
Yeah.
And I'm not even good at Tetris.
So how it worked was you have to build a bridge, but the bridge has to connect to the last endpoint of the piece that you put down before it. And Nathan, I think, won. I'm pretty sure he won by a landslide too. The other 2 guys, I think, seemed to struggle with it a little bit, and I was, because it's
you struggled with it also.
Yeah. It's because you have a choice of 4 pieces, and if anyone else chooses the same piece as you, you can't use it. So you have to also take that into account. But yeah, Mario Party. Oh yeah, and then the last one we played was it was really, really short. Someone was on a bullet bill, and they just had to hit everyone. I think they had 5 chances to hit us.
Yeah, it was too many chances. It was too easy
to lose.
To kill all of
Yeah.
us.
If it had 2 or 3 chances, I think that would have been a lot more balanced.
I mean, isn't that how Mario Party works in the 1v3? Either the 1 is overpowered or the 1 is underpowered.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know if there is a balanced 1v3 minigame. So yeah, and then after that we played Star Wars Hunter. Oh wait, no, we played that last. We played the NES Championship next.
I got dead last.
I did good at first because they had you do the like the 8-player challenge where you like race to do the objective first. And I did good at first, and then after like 2 or 3 games, I started falling behind real quick. And then after that, we played a match of Star Wars Hunters, and it was just like bad Overwatch, pretty much.
It was so boring that we should just skip over it.
Alright, so anyway, after that, I don't remember what we did after that. What we did right after that.
Oh yeah, I think we also played Astrobot.
Oh, we did that on day 1. Yeah, that's one that I wanted to talk about real quick. So, okay, so Astrobot at the time, I think, was like a week away from releasing, and they had a demo for it. It was the only demo that PlayStation had there. It wasn't even in the main expo hall. It was like off to the side in its own little thing. And it was like this cute little area, like there was demos set up, and then there was also like this carnival mini game that you could play where what was it? It was like the one where you like throw the ball and like knock over the pins. Anyway, and you could win like either a bag or a beanie.
Or if you knock down on all of them, you get like an Astrobot sticker.
Yeah. So honestly, you were better off just like not hitting all of them.
Well, I wanted the Astrobot sticker.
Oh.
For clarification, the bag and beanie are not Astrobot. They're just generic PlayStation.
Yeah. And then and you know, obviously the main attraction was the demo, and the demo was weird because, and I can say it's even weirder after playing Astrobot myself. Like, I've platinumed the game. They only gave you 3 minutes. You weren't allowed to take any pictures or record any footage of it. They only had 2 levels, which was the construction level and the very first main level that you play in the game. Nathan played the first level. I played the construction level. They only gave you 3 minutes to get through as much as you can, even though those levels on average take you maybe 5-6 minutes tops. So
they were really stingy with it.
Yeah. So I don't know why they were so weird about it, considering the game was just about to come out, but whatever. Now that I've played the full game, I'll just say Astrobot is like Game of the Year material. It rocks. PlayStation, please be normal. Capcom, please be normal. We'll get to that.
Well, I don't think Nintendo wanted you to record either.
No, you could record with Nintendo.
I thought they said they didn't want us to.
I can't remember. I don't remember them saying that, but also, both of us, we were both playing the games there, so I don't really think we bothered to ask anyways. And, like, plus, like, you could, like, record them off, because it was, like, bordered off, like, walled off. So you could just, like, record stuff, like, from there. There wasn't anyone around to, like, stop you from doing that. So, yeah, we played Astrobot on the first day. I just forgot about it because it's such a short demo. It was a weird experience. Did anything else happen Sunday before we split off?
I don't think so.
Okay, so, a little while. Oh wait, no, that's right, because I think I left like right after we did the Nintendo stuff because of what time it was at.
Yeah.
So yeah, me and Nathan split off.
Because there were a bunch of Final Fantasy VII voice actresses there.
Yeah, the voice actresses for Yuffie, Aerith, and Tifa were there the whole, like, every day, which is impressive. God, their hands probably kills their hands doing that all 4 days, because, like, they were huge lines. But yeah, I went on Sunday and Monday. I guess, or yeah, I'll tell that story now. So they were doing it in the Summit Hall. That's where, that's where all the other signings were, except for, like, the Matt and Aaron Bozon ones, to my knowledge. I think there were a couple other ones, but whatever. So before I left the main, the Arch Expo Hall, I asked the people at the front desk, the help desk, I was like, hey, so where, like, just to double check, I was like, so what floor of the summit do I go to? And they were like, oh, you go to the fourth floor. I was like, cool, okay. So I get there, and I, by the way, I leave there with, like, an hour to spare, just so that I can get in line, get in a good spot in line. And I walk around the entire perimeter of the fourth floor twice. Before that, actually, I asked another employee, or another staff member who was at the summit, like, hey, where is this? And they were like, oh yeah, it should be, like, on the floor above. I asked them on the third floor. So I walk around the entire fourth floor twice. I don't see anything about the signing. And so I finally, like, go down, and I find another staff member. I'm like, hey, where is this? And he's like, oh, it's just around the corner on this floor. And at that point, I'd spent, like, 45 minutes walking around. I was like, oh my god, okay, fine. And so then I get there, and obviously, the lines are really long, but I got my copy of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth signed by Aerith and Tifa on Sunday, and then I got it signed by Yuffie on Monday. And then after that, I was exhausted, and there just happened to be a GDQ run. If you don't know what GDQ is, Games Done Quick, it's like a big speedrun charity event where they speedrun games for, like, they marathon a bunch of speedruns live, and yeah, you can like, just sit in on them doing it, and they, like, explain, like, all the tricks they do and everything. So I did for, I don't know, maybe like a half hour. I was just watching them play Twilight Princess Randomizer, which was really cool. To finally sit on a GDQ event and have it be a Zelda game. That was just a nice little bonus. And then after that, I think, is when I met up with Nathan. So you can talk about what you did while I was doing that.
Yeah. There were the expo hall was, like, split into, like, two halves. There was, like, the kind of more AAA half where, you got, like, Nintendo and Capcom and all that stuff. And then there's the other half, which had a bunch of, like, indie games. So while Caden was off getting stuff signed, I wanted to clean up the like, AAA half of the convention, because, like, there were only a couple more games I wanted to play on that half. I played the Little Nightmares 3 demo, which was a little disappointing because, like, that game is going to be co-op, but the demo wasn't co-op. But I am a pretty big fan of Little Nightmares, and it was pretty fun, although it's you kind of just played, like, the build-up, where, like, you're kind of just wandering around before you encounter a giant monster. But you get a handle of the new abilities. Like, one character has a big wrench, the other character has a bow and arrow, and, like, you can use those for puzzles. And it was pretty fun. It's more Little Nightmares. I like Little Nightmares. And I also played the new Sword Art Online game, specifically because it had the characters from the Gun Gale spin-off playable, and that's really the only part of Sword Art Online I care about. It was a solid, like, shooter action game. I didn't bother, like, playing as Kirito, so, like, there was, like, sword fighting, but I was just playing it like a shooter. And it was pretty fun. It's probably going to be the only Sword Art Online game that I actually get. And I also went to the Five Nights at Freddy's VR booth, which was an absurdly long line. That Little Nightmares was also pretty long, but waiting in this line was like as long as the Nintendo line.
Dang.
It also took like an hour, which is why I didn't get to play that many games while Caden was off on his signing expedition.
Yeah.
The VR game was like you do like a couple puzzles, pretty easy puzzles, and then you like get chased down by this stretchy arm clown animatronic. It was pretty good, but I just don't have much to say about it.
Yeah, Sunday was our big, like, alright, well, these are the biggest things, because Monster Hunter was also there. That line was probably also about as big as Nintendo's line the entire event. Like, every time I walked by, that line was, like, always super full. So I'm glad that I don't really care about Monster Hunter that much. But yeah, after I got back, was Dead Rising the only thing we did?
Oh yeah. Dead Rising was the last thing we did. But Caden played that.
Yeah, so we only played 2 games out of Capcom's full booth.
Oh yeah. We also played Marvel vs. Capcom on Sunday.
Yeah. Was it Sunday?
Or Saturday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we played that because they had like I think they just had the whole collection, just the full thing playable. They weren't really like strict about like how long you spent there either. We played like 4 or 5 matches.
Yeah, we kind of just left when we wanted to. Like they never told us to leave.
Yeah, but the line also wasn't that big either. So like,
yeah. I also won every match easily.
Sure. Yeah.
There's no video evidence to prove me wrong.
I guess not. I'd always wanted to try out Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm definitely gonna pick up the physical collection when it comes out in November. But yeah, I'm glad I finally got to play it. Those games are like intense. They're like those are some of the most fast-paced like fighting games I've ever played. And then the other Capcom game we played was Dead Rising. I played it. Nathan didn't play it. He just watched me.
Maybe
attempted to record it.
I got like 10 seconds worth of footage.
Yeah, before they had shut that down. They were like, nope, no recording, no photos.
Maybe, just maybe, we'll try and sneak that footage into the video. We might get copyright claimed. I don't know.
But it was fine. It was Dead Rising. I haven't really played a lot of Dead Rising. I just kind of messed around in the... Well, I was going to say in the mall, but the whole game takes place in the mall. I just kind of messed around and I just killed zombies for the whole time because, like, I didn't want to just, like, try and do the story. Because I imagine the whole game was playable because they did the same thing that Infinity Nikki did. Where they just kind of plopped you in, but it made a lot more sense for Dead Rising because it was just kind of like a...
Yeah, Dead Rising is like a chaotic game where it's a lot easier to just jump in at any point.
Yeah.
Infinity Nikki is not that.
Yeah. And yeah, I don't know why Capcom was so stingy about about like recording it and whatever, because it was a remaster of a game that's like I think it's almost 20 years old, um, which is crazy because it's an Xbox 360 game that I'm even saying that. And two, I have not heard good things about the remaster either. Maybe that's why they were like so like maybe don't show anything. But it was okay. And then yeah, I think that was it for day 3. That was really, again, just more of our like take care of the biggest things at the convention.
Yeah.
And then Monday was okay, we got one more day, let's do what we can.
Yeah, like we're cleaning up, getting as much done as we can.
Yep.
There's going to be a lot of games talked about in this part.
Mostly for Nathan. I have a couple, but
I was like, I locked in. I was all over the place.
Yeah, because I left to go get my last signature. Like I said, I got Yuffie's signature.
Yeah, there were still a bunch of games we both wanted to play, and we were like sticking together for most of the convention so we could get footage of each other. But like at this point, we were like, okay, let's just split off and like get as much done as we want.
Yeah. Also, real quick, one more thing about the signing. On the last day, Nathan was an absolute bro because it was like $40 if you wanted a second signature.
Yeah.
So,
each.
Yeah, each. Or I think Aerith's was $50.
Yeah, you got like one free signature.
Yeah.
Because that was like included as part of your ticket or whatever. And I actually caught up to Caden pretty close. There was like an hour left, or maybe just a half hour.
I think it was a half hour left when we got.
Yeah, there was a half hour left before the signings were over for the whole convention. And there was like no line at all.
Yeah,
like,
we got there.
I just like went to each thing immediately, except for Aerith, where there was only like one person in front of me.
I think we were in there for like a total of 5 minutes.
Yeah, it was very quick,
which is really funny because I spent like an hour and a half getting Aerith and Tifa's signature the day before.
Work smarter, not harder.
Yeah, I guess so. So yeah, after that, it was just marathon. I played a couple games. Nathan played a lot more than me.
I'll let Caden go first.
Yeah, Nathan's got a huge.
There's still a few games that like we both played that we'll discuss also, but after that I'm just gonna go off on like a dozen games that only I played.
Yeah. So, let's see.
You played Impulse.
Oh yeah, Impulse was really fun because it was like, how do I explain this? So it's like a baby's first Kaizo game. It's basically a game that teaches you how to play Kaizo type games. You know what Kaizo is, right? Like Kaizo Mario.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
like Unfair Mario.
It's like Unfair Mario if it was fair. Like it's still really hard, but like it's fun because like the mechanics are like really really technical. And yeah, it's got like these cool like momentum based stuff, and yeah, I'll throw up some footage. I'm sure like a trailer or something. Really cool game. I think that was the very last game I played at the convention. I played this one. I can't remember what it was called, but I was like trying to play it for a while, but there was always a line, and it was always at a time where we didn't have time to wait. It was always like if it's open, play it, but if not, then we got to do something else. I can't remember what it was called, but it was this really cool like character action kind of thing. It was towards the front of the indie area of the main expo hall. And I just like good character action games, and it had a really cool parry system. If I can find it, I'll throw up footage of it because I cannot for the life of me remember. And I don't think they had anything that talked about it. I should have taken a picture or something. I played a game called I don't know if it's already out, but I played a game called Volgar the Viking 2. That game is really hard. It's one of those like I don't know, it's kind of like a rage one of those like rage kind of games where like you die really quickly and it's all about like learning the ins and outs of each level. Very slow pace, but pretty fun. What else? While I'm thinking, why don't you talk about like some of the games that we both played?
There was Once Upon a Puppet, which is a game that is actually pretty similar to Little Nightmares. You're like you don't really have combat abilities, and you're like in this like world full of monsters that you need to avoid and do platforming challenges. But you are like a puppet, and you've got like the hand controlling you as like a companion, so you can do some pretty cool things with that. Like the hand will like hold on to a bar while you like stretch yourself back to like fling yourself over a gap. It was a pretty cool one.
Yeah. The very last time in the demo that you had to fling yourself over a gap, my character instead of flying through the air, he just kind of slid through the air and was locked in place. And I was soft locked, and I almost had to quit playing the demo at that point because I couldn't even like pause the game or anything. I had to wait for the game to respawn me. Was Deadlink was that the first person shooter roguelike?
Yeah.
Okay, I actually did play that.
Oh, you played that too?
Yeah.
I only played it for a couple minutes, but it was a really fun, stylish FPS.
I love fast-paced first-person shooters like Doom and like Doom Eternal, Ultra Kill, that's what it's called. And that played a lot like it. I had a lot of fun with it. I played that as much as I could in the demo. I got the most out of it.
I did rush through some of these. Like, I only played Deadlink for like 5 minutes. But it was fun for what I played.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick it up, I think, when it comes out.
We also played Anton. Did you say Anton Blast already?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, we both played Anton Blast, which is like... It's
another... Like Pizza Tower, it's another game inspired by Wario Land.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty fun. I think I prefer Pizza Tower, but it's still... I don't know, I like the movement a lot. Those games really thrive on like that fast-paced movement, because it's definitely one of those, like, if you master it and you can like just run through those levels like full out, like really fluidly. It's really fun.
We also played Bite Bond, which is a co-op puzzle game.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're two little like virus deleting robots in like a computer system, and there's like cooperation required to like get
cooperative inflation.
I hate you.
That's what it is. Tell me I'm wrong.
I also hate that I can't do that. Yeah. So like the way it works is that like one robot can absorb energy and one robot can expel energy. So like one of you has to like absorb the energy around the level and like transfer it to the other robot to expel the energy where it's needed to like pass through gates and stuff.
Yep. It's okay. It's okay, honestly. It was alright.
It was pretty fun, but just like Portal 2, if you're gonna play it with someone like Jacob, he will torture you with it, and it'll be easy for him to do so. We played Everdeep Aurora, which is a 2D platformer that's like a mining sort of thing.
Oh yeah, that one. That one was interesting.
I didn't dig it all that much. Like you have this drill that you can like drill anywhere, like any of these like blocks around you or beneath you, you can drill through.
It's basically like a SteamWorld Dig.
But since you can drill through anything and go anywhere, I really had no idea of where to go. And I got lost.
I thought it was alright. Again, it's just I don't think I'd buy it myself.
It wasn't bad, but it's more just like not my thing.
Yeah, it's very cozy. It's a very like cozy game. Like I can imagine, because there's no danger. There's no like enemies you need to fight or anything. It's and this is what the guy told me, because like I tried. Oh, I just remembered another game. It was like I always went out of my way to ask the developers questions, and sometimes there were people there who were not developers and had no idea how to answer my questions. And it was very obvious that because they were floundering really hard. But
not everyone running this event can be a game dev.
Yeah.
The game devs should be busy deving.
But yeah, they were just like, yeah, it was just like this really cozy, chill game where you play as a cat with a drill. I did remember one more game I played. Well, there's actually wait, no, I just remembered. Okay, hold on. Okay, so another game I played. I can't. I don't know if it has a Steam page or not, because I don't remember what the game's called. But it's literally Tony Hawk. Like it plays exactly like a Tony Hawk game, like the same controls, everything, except it's like low poly and like you play as like a frog. And that was really fun. I'm absolutely dog shit at Tony Hawk, so I wasn't very good, but it was still fun to play. And then another game I played was, I don't remember what it was called, but it was this really...
You gotta get those business cards, Caden.
I know, I should have. But this was like right before I left for the second signing, I think. But it was like this really nice, cozy game where you like, it's all about, like you get these packages in the mail and you're basically like putting these pictures together. It's like a jigsaw puzzle.
Oh, I saw you playing that. That was like Wilma Works It Out or something.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that I will actually buy that. I really enjoyed that. I love puzzle games like that. And yeah, and you could like, once you finish the picture, you could like put it up on your wall and stuff. And yeah, that was one of my, honestly, that was probably one of my favorite games. I actually will play something. I will play that. Okay.
The last game we both played was Love Eternal, which was excellent. Like, I actually didn't talk with many of the developers, but like after playing this, I literally like waited around the booth for like the developer to get back from wherever they went off to, just to tell them like how good their game was.
It was really fun.
It's very similar to Celeste. Like it's a one screen type of game that's really hard, and it has like the one, just like Celeste's Dash, it has like the one central mechanic that like it does a lot of creative stuff with. This game has a gravity flip mechanic, where you can't just flip it willy-nilly. Like you need to hit the ground again before you can flip gravity again. And also, just like Celeste, you end up encountering crystals that will reset your ability in midair if you hit it. It's also got some like horror elements to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's also pretty interesting. I liked that.
Yeah, I honestly would also buy this game because I just want to see where this goes.
Yeah, this game is gonna be a day one purchase for me. I loved it.
There was one more game we both played, but it's a sequel. It was I think it's a sequel to Ender Lilies.
Oh yeah, the Ender Lilies sequel.
That was also really fun.
Yeah, that game is like your character is like a little girl who can't fight, but you can like befriend people who will like be your attacks for you and stuff like that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, after I haven't played the first one, but after playing the demo of the second one, it made me want to play the first one, which I think I got from PlayStation Plus, so I will probably play that soon. Okay, now it's Nathan's time to
Oh boy, here we go. There's like at least a dozen games here. Let's see. A Corgi's Cozy Hike. Well, obviously this is like a cozy little game. It's just kind of, there's not really much going on in this one. It's just like, oh, you're a corgi, you can go around like an open world and like you can help people and just get into some mischief. It was pretty simple, but it was pretty fun too. We've got Fusion Fighters. That is a platform fighting game where like every character is like the custom character. Like there is no roster. You can like customize your own characters however you want. I did not get, like, they did not have the customization thing available. But they had like a bunch of custom characters available to play as already. There was like no line for this. So I actually fought one of the developers and I actually beat him. I didn't think it was possible. Like you programmed this. How are you not better than me? But yeah, it was a pretty fun one. It was pretty early. I could tell that like this was pretty early in development. It wasn't super refined yet. But like it'll be interesting to see like how far the customization can go in a fighting game like this. Next, we've got Usual June, which is a game that I knew of beforehand. Like, the website for PAX kind of sucked. Like, this wasn't on the website. So, like, it was a shock to me when walking by. I was like, wait, Usual June is here?
Don't forget, they also lied about the Cheez-It booth.
Oh yeah, the website said there would be a Cheez-It booth, and there wasn't. I feel robbed.
I didn't see a single Cheez-It there.
I wanted to buy Cheez-Its, but like not at the store, at a gaming convention, because I'm insane. But yeah, Usual June is like it's like a adventure game. You've got like some puzzle solving, and like combat. You've got like your typical combat, and you've also got like a bunch of like limited items, like a blaster shot or like a defensive wall you can put up for cover. It was pretty good. Definitely still looking forward to this one. We've got Duranko Wanko, where you play as a big fluffy white dog and you can roll in all kinds of paint or mud or spilt wine, and then you can shake it all over this nice clean house. This is like a small free game or whatever, so like I actually like played it almost in full like after we got back to the hotel that day, and I caused like $100,000 in property damage to this house. And I specifically wanted to do these two in this order because I think it's ironic. Right after I played that dog game about making a mess, I played Sky the Scraper, a game about cleaning windows. I also got evicted immediately when I played this.
Skill issue.
So it's one of those games where like, you know, you need to like do your job and like get in-game money to like pay rent. But like whoever played it right before me like didn't reset it. So like I was like at the menu where you're like in your apartment and it's like, do you want to like do an activity or go to sleep or go to work or whatever? And like I didn't have the option to do anything but sleep. So I was like, okay, I'll sleep and see what happens. And whoever was playing before me also didn't get the money required to pay rent by the end of the week, which it was at the end of the week where they left off. So like upon waking up, the game's just like, you got evicted. In which case I was able to reset the demo and play the game for real. And I didn't get evicted because I was good at this game. You've got to like, you have like around 90 seconds to like clean off windows on this building on like a day on the job. And you've got to like swing around the building, and like you can like swing around, lower or raise yourself up, and you can like cling onto the building, and like while clinging onto a dirty spot, that's when you can like move around that spot and clean it. But like that uses up your stamina, and if you run out of stamina, you will fall off the building. So you gotta like balance all this stuff on like such a short time limit. It was pretty fun. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. Yeah, I think I'll get it. It's not usually the kind of game I play, but it was pretty cool. While Waiting is a game I ironically had to wait in line to play. It is a game about waiting. The first thing you do is you are waiting in line to be born. And while I was waiting in line to play this, like I saw both of the available screens, like both people were in that waiting to be born line, and I didn't have the context for what that was yet. But I told the developers there, I like pointed out what these other people were doing, and I'm like, wow, you made PAX gameplay. But yeah, it's a game about waiting. Like after being born, you've got to like be a goalie in a soccer game and wait for someone to like try and kick a shot on you. You've got to like wait in the car for traffic to clear up, that kind of thing. It was a pretty goofy game. We've got Chronos Event. This was a really interesting one. It's a third-person shooter game where you can time travel, but like if you're like engaging with an enemy, you're like shooting at them, and then you time travel back. That previous version of yourself will still be there shooting at them. So you can like double your firepower against an enemy, which is really cool. I didn't play much of that one because like it was getting really down to the wire, and I didn't spend a lot of time with games that I wanted to spend more time with.
Yeah, we literally spent as much time as we could at the expo hall. Like they were literally like, hey, you need to leave.
Like there's a reason I have so many of these games. I was like booking it all over the place, playing as much as I could. We've got Unknown 9 Echoes, which was good, but like it's complicated and it takes you a minute to wrap your head around it. It's like kind of a stealth, sort of stealth action game where like you can possess people. You have like typical combat, but you can also possess people. So you can like possess a guy with a rocket launcher and like shoot it at his friend, or just shoot it at his own feet. and like then you exit the possession and he blows himself up. I like did exactly that. I like possessed the guy next to an explosive barrel and just shot it and let him blow up. Yeah, it was. It took. This was like the game that took the most of a learning curve out of everything at PAX. But once I started to get the hang of it, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. We've got the other VR game I played, Sword Reverie, which is like a fantasy, like swords and knights and magic sort of thing. You've got like a bunch of magic spells, and you like launch them with your arm motions with like your like enchanted swords. It was a pretty good one. It was also my first time using the MetaQuest 3. We've got a familiar game that I won't talk at length about because I already did. Season Spree. This is the game we streamed a little while ago about the cute animals and the time travel that we got a review code. That was a fun one, and the developer was super nice.
I actually got one more game I want to talk about before you get to your last two. Again, don't remember the name. I'm gonna look it up, have footage for it.
You were not thinking ahead, Caden.
No, I wasn't, because I wanted to play as many games as possible, and I wasn't. Anyway, it played exactly like Hades. Like, it was literally just Hades, but in a different non-Greek setting.
Roman setting?
No. It was its own thing. But, the only difference is that you had, like, what's it called? It's the, is it a discus? I don't know, it was like a boomerang, but it was like a full circle.
Yeah, that's like a discus.
Okay, yeah. Your main weapon was a discus, and it you can like hold it out for a second and like align yourself up, and then like so it'll hit enemies on the way out and then hit them back. It was really fun. It was pretty easy though. Like, I made it through an entire run of the first, but it was like unlike Hades, where Hades was only like 4 levels that you played and then you fought Hades. This one had like it had like all these different paths that you could go down, and like there were worlds, so it was like, you go through all these mini areas, then you fight the main boss. Like, you could have like mini bosses that you fought at the end of each of the mini areas. It was really fun. I will look that up and have the footage and the name on screen, and also maybe a counter for each time I play a game that I don't remember the name of.
The last 2 games I've got is Tethergeist, which is another 2D platformer which is kind of my favorite if you haven't figured it out by this point. This game was really interesting. You've got like your main power in this one is like teleportation combined with astral projection. Like you can send your spirit out of your body, but like you're still chained to your body and can only go a certain length away. But like wherever you can get your spirit up to, you'll like then teleport up there. So you got to use that to solve puzzles and stuff. It got really hard to the point where I had to like quit playing it because like I was like, I don't have time to keep trying this.
That's what happened to me with Impulse.
I would have liked to keep going. I'm sure I would have got through the full demo eventually, but I was like, this is fun, but it's taking too long.
Yep, same exact thing for me.
I just don't have infinite time to keep trying this right now.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. And I also played a game called Woodo, which I will give the award of most relaxing game at PAX. Like, you would not believe, like, you just listened to all the games I just played. I was running myself rampant all over the convention on this last day. But, like, standing there for, like, 10 minutes and playing through this demo, like, it rejuvenated me a lot. I felt, like, so relaxed and, like, ready to keep going after I played this. It was great. This game is like a 3D puzzle thing where you've got like a diorama and you've got like a list of items in the diorama. Like you kind of assemble it yourself. You like see where everything is and you gotta like figure out what all these pieces are and where they go. Like there's like, these plates go on the table, and these ones go in the cupboard. And like, what's this? It's a table leg. And this is a wall art, or whatever. And you gotta, like, find all these pieces. While this calming storytelling narration is going on as you progress further into assembling the whole diorama. It was very relaxing, and I wish the demo was on Steam because I would absolutely play it again, but it's not. Also, you can play this game with one hand, so I was able to get a lot of footage of it, even though Caden wasn't there. But yeah, that was a really good one. I'm definitely getting that day one too. I told Caden before we started recording this that like if I played that game like late at night, it would like put me to sleep, but like in a good way. Like not that it's boring, it's just really relaxing.
Mm. So yeah, that was our experience at PAX. It was a lot of fun. We bought a lot of stuff too. Nathan bought me Shantae the Pirate's Curse out of spite. A weird spite. It was a good time. I'm glad.
Did you want to do like top 5 games?
Oh yeah, we could do top 5 games real quick.
If you don't have yours figured out, I could go first.
Yeah, you go first.
Yeah. Number 5 was Woodo. I just talked about it at length. Like, it's super relaxing. I enjoyed it a lot. Number 4 is Tethergeist. Really, really fun, creative 2D platformer. Number 3 was Papucom. That Splatoon-like game. Number 2 was The Big Catch. Something I forgot to mention about that game is that it's got like it's like a 3D platformer, and it's got like that low poly art style, which I am absolutely a sucker for. Like, I will just buy any low poly 3D platformer on instinct because I'm a sucker. And number 1 was Love Eternal. The second I finished that demo, I knew, like, this is, like, the best game at PAX easily. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to say about Love Eternal is the reason Caden played it is because I happened to, like, find him playing that, like, Viking game he was talking about, and I dragged him over there. I was like, this game is amazing, you gotta play it. I've been watching a looping trailer of Squirrel with a Gun for the last hour and a half. Yeah. Because Caden left Steam open. So Impulse is number 5, Love Eternal at number 4, Papucom at number 3, Big Catch at number 2.
Wait, I still have a number 1. You know what? Put.
You should wait.
Put.
Oh yeah, Wilma works it out.
Oh yeah.
So I think that would make Big Catch your number 1.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Big Catch was my favorite game. It's honestly hard to pick a favorite.
Yeah, with how positive overall this video is, like, most of the games at PAX were excellent.
Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. I'm glad that we got to go to PAX. It was a great experience. I would do it again, not next year, but I would do it again.
It was expensive.
It was very expensive. But it was a great time.
But hey, if we got this channel monetized, maybe we could make it a yearly thing.
Yeah. Subscribe.
Give us your money.
Please. Also, happy 5 years to Supermove Gaming.
Yeah.
Woo.